Press, back to raises, tricep extensions, skull crushers, and then onto front raises and upright rows.
Oh gosh, yeah, we've got loads of good exercises in there, that's good. We are back with another video, I'm back with another guest, and I'm very, very excited for this session. I've got here with me a fellow British champion, a fellow Natural Mens Physique pro, and we're going to train some push. And I must say, this guy has probably got the best chest in Natural Mens Physique in the UK. So I'm very excited for this session. I'm very excited to pick his brain. I know he shares a lot of passion, just like I do, for natural bodybuilding, men's physique. So we're going to get straight into it. How you feeling, Tam?
I'm excited, man.
Yeah.
The pre starting to kick in now. I got a double scoop. Normally I'd take one. I got a double scoop, so I'm probably going to be chatting a lot of rubbish for the next 2 hours. Super excited to be here with David. He's been my inspiration for the past 6 years. When I first started bodybuilding, I found his Instagram. I messaged him, I said, how old are you? How do you get this physique and are you natural? And he answered all the right questions. So it's incredible to be invited up to Nottingham to train with him. Super happy to be here. It's going to be a good session.
Very excited for it. We're going to get straight into it. And like I said, I'm going to pick Tam's brain as we go. So yeah, let's go.
Let's get it.
Whoever's on prep or whoever's closest to a show gets priority. So we're going to follow Tam's session today and see how he'll do things. I generally go for a compound first when I start any session and start heavy. Tam likes to do an isolation move, so that's what we're going with first here on the pec fly. So this is not counted as high rep set.
No, it's still warming up.
Yeah, cool.
The idea is here, we're trying to warm up the chest, we're trying to warm up the shoulders, and then we're going to get into a heavy press, and that way you've kind of got armor of blood. So what I like to think about it is everything is warm, so you're not going to pull any tendons, you're not going to hurt anything when you're pressing really heavily. So in my opinion, starting with isolation movements like fly and a raise is going to bulletproof your pressing so you don't injure yourself.
See, I don't go that heavy on these. Right, so while we get a little breather in between sets, it's a little bit on Tam. So the first I saw of Tam was after, in 2021, I won the UK DFBA British title, and my goal was to go WMBF Pro. So the following year, I moved over to competing with the WMBF that came into the UK. And Tam went on to win the UK DFBA British title in 2021. Sorry, I did UK DFBA in 2020.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing Tam in a qualifying show. And did you come third or fourth?
So my first ever show, I came like fifth.
Yeah, okay.
Way out. And that was my first ever one. That was a regional in Southern. And feedback was your posing is not good.
Yeah, okay.
It's my first ever show. Did not know what I was doing. Came back 2 weeks later, and then I got second. Invite to the UK international finals.
So the same year this is.
Same year, that was 2 weeks later. I was like, all right, we're getting somewhere. A month later, we went into the UK international finals championships, and I won my class on that.
Yeah.
After that, I got the invite to Worlds, which was held in Florence, Italy. That was about a month and a half later, so smashed it again, dieted down a little bit, nailed the posing in, and then I won my class on that as well. Which is when I became pro, I got my amateur world title and my pro card in Florence. Yeah.
So I think the biggest thing for people watching with that is just how important posing is.
100%.
Because what I remember from that time is obviously I didn't know Tam, but I actually saw his pictures on stage and I thought, what's gone on there? Because he looks incredible. And I could tell the physique was there. And then when I saw you won the British the weeks after, I was like, oh, that makes more sense now. That's what that guy's got.
100%.
And we hadn't even spoke at this point, but I could see Tam coming through, and then obviously you've gone on to do amazing things since then.
Appreciate it, man.
And then I followed Tam on social media, and let's just put it bluntly, we are geeks.
Yes.
Like when it comes to natural bodybuilding,
100%.
we're geeks. We're doing experiments in terms of getting blood tests done, reading articles on different foods, different natural supplements, and that's where we just talk over social media about these things. How high is natural testosterone? We even ask each other how our sex drive is. You know, these
and how much
things
does it matter as well?
It does matter.
How much does test actually correlate into strength and building and well-being, or is it just a metric that everyone focuses on, but it's not actually that important? And that's why all the blood tests and all the kind of studying we're doing ourselves is trying to shed light on that too, because normally that's only an unnatural, enhanced bodybuilding kind of thing. Get your bloods done, make sure you're safe. But when it comes to natural bodybuilding, I think they're just as important, especially from an insight perspective, is how far can you push? How far can you go on a calorie deficit? What's your expenditure, and how is that going to correlate into well-being and testosterone levels? So I think we're doing good
that's
things.
important, because people will ask the question, oh, what's achievable natural? Well, people don't really know because they've not put themselves through everything naturally to actually find out.
Right.
And it's only when you go to the extremes we're going and testing everything that you can actually find out.
Yep.
And that's why it's great to have you on. We're going to get our next sets done. I could just talk to this guy all day and keep going and going, but we'll get into it more.
Let's go. All right, set of 12 now, dude.
Yep. Yeah, good. Good. Nice. 12, yeah?
Yep.
Cool.
Nice. Nice. Let's go. Nice.
Two more.
Let's go. See, come on. All the way in. Nice.
Yep.
Yeah. So what's important with these movements is that you swing outwards and not just come up. You don't want to really bend your arms too much. So that's going to bring in rear delt. We're not looking for that, we're looking for medial delt. So it's important we swing out in an arc motion and not just lift it up. So swing it out and up. Perfect, man.
You feel the cable catching?
Yeah, I feel like it needs a bit of an oil, this machine. It's got some grit in it.
I think it's, yeah, look, see there, look. That's catching on that.
Oh yeah.
It's got a little flick in where they
Add a little bit more growth.
Or should we just keep going?
Fuck it. Yeah. A lot of people do low reps, but really slow motion.
Yeah.
I do a little bit of a quicker motion with just higher reps. Same, you know, time and attention at the end of the day. Just more movement for the muscle. Yeah, nice. I think we could probably do 22, maybe 27.
Okay, so we touched on the testosterone tests and everything. So I actually did these myself. If you've watched my previous videos, especially in 2023, I tracked it all through my prep to see how it went. And I was in natural healthy range throughout the prep, but it gradually came down. And then I basically went way below what is healthy right at the end of prep when I was shredded. So that just shows you, as a natural bodybuilder, them hormones are going to drop. And then I tested it again a few months later to see how I recovered, and it went back into healthy range quite quickly once I got back into a calorie surplus. And then this year I've actually done it again just 3 months post-prep, and I actually found that this year, 3 months post-prep, it was higher than 3 months post-prep the year before. Because I actually focused on my recovery, I think, a little bit better knowing I wasn't competing this year.
Do you think you put on weight quicker, or?
I gave my body more rest in terms of I was focusing on rest a lot more. Training maybe 4 days a week instead of like just hammering it as hard and heavy as I could off the off. Because I'm not competing this year, I was almost like, right, I haven't got only like 4 months to put on size. I've got a year and a half. So I don't need to rush straight into an off-season training program. So I was just like maintaining my lifts in the gym, resting better, as well as putting on weight. So I think all in all, it just made my body recover quicker.
Nice.
But what I want to do is ask Tam how his results are, because I've seen Tam's results and he's like literally right up the top end of the natural healthy range, and that's a goal for me to get to through this long off season.
Yeah. So that I've never been that high in test before. And I think the reason I tested right at the beginning of my prep, just before I started, so end of December 24, I did a blood test, and it was 26.9. I think the healthy natural range ends at, I think, 27.5, 28.
Yeah, and
so
it starts
really
at like
close.
8.69, doesn't it? So that just shows the range. You're way at the top.
And that was after basically 2 years of caloric surplus. So it was 6 to 8 months of surplus, 3 month cut, and then back to 6 to 8 months of surplus, and all the way up till when I did that test. So I think the reason for it being so high is, one, I completely cut out any sweets. I eat fully healthy now, no processed foods. If I want sweets, I'll have fruit. I eat a loss of meat, a loss of grass-fed beef, organic chicken, free-range chicken. I've cut out any kind of modern day foods, basically. So I'm kind of like paleo diet.
Yeah.
But I do eat a lot of carbs. I sleep way more than I used to. I used to sleep maybe 6-7 hours a night. I sleep maybe 8 to 9 now. And the sleep is far, far better, primarily because I cut out the sugar as well before bedtime. And I think just having a caloric surplus for that long puts your body in a very comfortable state where it's not worried about any scarcity of food.
Yeah.
So I think it's more than happy to create lots of testosterone, which of course means that your sex drive is higher, and from a primordial perspective, you want to have kids, right? Because you're in an environment with an abundance, and I think an abundance for your body is what makes it very safe, and it's very happy to push everything up.
Yeah, okay.
As soon as you start to cut and you start to restrict your calories and you get into a deficit, that's when you see that testosterone start to drop, and it's almost a correlation with the further down you go on calories, the quicker your test is going to drop.
Yeah.
So it's gone from 26.9, I think is what I said, it's around about there, and it's dropped to 21 now.
Okay.
That's just after 2.5 to 3 months of caloric deficit.
Yeah.
Not a big deficit. About 12 pounds has been lost. So a pretty big one, but nothing crazy. And I'm still at a pretty comfortable body weight, body fat percentage, about 9 or 10. So I'm just over the kind of mid-range right now. So still pretty high.
Yeah.
I'm at 21, so it's dropped by about 26%.
Yeah.
My body fat has dropped from 16.7 to 10.
Yep.
So a pretty big chunk's been lost.
Yeah.
But my test is still pretty high.
I'm interested to see as well how that goes. Like say for me, it was really low when I was stage shredded.
Yeah.
So I'm really interested to see how that goes for you as well.
So I'm going to do another test at the end of this month.
Yeah.
That'll
Get
be about
on Tam's Instagram so you can see these results.
Tamlyn, Tamslean. Check it out. I'm going to keep posting them. It's going to be really interesting. So you're going to do a test every single month, leading all the way up to prep, and then pretty much the next 4 months coming out of prep as well.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting. If the goal for me and my coach is, can we keep tests within a natural, healthy range?
Yep.
All the way up to show, or does it just
that
start
would be
to plummet?
amazing to see. It really
That would be, and then that's the goal, right? Because then for the coaches, they know, okay, this is what we need to do. We need to keep calories high. Maybe we can pull expenditure up, so more cardio, but as long as calories are high, that test is still there, or is it, where's the correlation? So that's what we're trying to figure out here.
See, there's two things that I really love about this conversation. So just touching on what Tam was saying there, is learning, can prep be done and get to that end point with things as healthy and as optimal as possible?
Yeah.
If you watch me, if you follow my Instagram, you'll see I did a crazy season last year, and I ended up real tired, in a bad place almost physically, because I did too much, which is great because I wanted to push that boundary. But now, for me, going forwards next year, it's about perfecting the prep. How can I do prep better? So we've done this, I've done this for over 10 years, but I'm still seeking ways to do it better, do it more healthily, do it more enjoyable, do it feeling full of energy, keeping strength and everything like that. But I think the main things to take from this conversation is, if you're looking to get in shape, we're going to tell you to do it naturally. That's what we do. But also, the things there that Tam's focused on to keep them hormones elevated throughout the process and bring them that high are the simple things. Sleep and diet.
Yep.
That's it. Sleep and diet.
Yeah.
And like, it's almost like people want this secret ingredient all the time, and they come to you for advice and they want to know, how have you done that? And they don't want to hear you just say, have an extra 2 hours sleep every night.
Take testosterone boosters.
No.
Testosterone boosters is getting your head on the pillow and having a good sleep.
There you go. So you're in control of that. And I'm in that place at the moment where I'm like getting up early for work and everything, struggling to get sleep at night. And I'm going to myself, right, how can I improve what I do? Okay, I'm years into this, but I'm still telling myself, you need to get a bit more sleep tonight.
Yep.
And it's them simple things. Stick to the simple things, and you'll see your progress just go through the roof.
Stay consistent, keep it simple, and just do what you think you should do. Sleep well, eat well, and just be happy, and you're probably going to be pretty good.
Definitely.
Clean.
See, this is a nice change for me. I'll usually do my heavy presses first, and then my isolation. And I think this shows like there's no right or wrong way. The way we train
it's individual.
seems to be like the opposite. But I'm loving this. I'm loving doing something different already. With 2 exercises in, I feel pumped. I feel like I'm going to grow from this already.
Primed, dude.
Right, there you go. Don't leave
so you'll find that your presses now, although you're pre-fatigued, you're almost primed more than pre-fatigued. Your presses you'll lose no strength, but you'll feel a lot more sturdy because everything's kind of pumped up, ready to go, you know? So let's do it.
So Tam, just quickly before we go into a bit of chest pressing.
Yes, the main event.
Yep. Talking of main event, what's the main event for you this year? What are the goals that you've set yourself for this year, and what's the plan?
So, got 3 shows lined up, 3 natural shows, all in September and October time.
Yep.
First one's going to be WNBF, Supernaturals. I've been competing as an amateur there.
Yep.
So I've got a pro, but I'm a pro in a different federation, so it doesn't count. So I'm going to be competing as a MP natural, so that should be fun. Very big show.
Yep.
Super high quality athletes, so really excited to see how I do on that. I have no expectations, just want to do as well as I can.
Yep.
I think that's the key when it comes to competing, is you can really get locked in with I want to come first, I want the pro card. You just have no idea, 1, what the judges are going to look for, 2, how you're going to peak, and 3, who's going to turn up, right?
Yep.
You could get annihilated.
I love that, because that's the advice that everyone starts to give as they come into their later years of competing.
Because there's nothing worse, or there's nothing more educational than a bad loss, right?
Yeah, yeah.
When you come in, I'm going to smash it, oh, I've got a pro debut, I'm going to do really well, and you get annihilated.
Yeah.
And then that's like, okay, I need to rethink my expectations here and just do good on me. I'm going to do better than I did last time. I'm going to aim to do, better next time. That's all you can do, right?
Yep.
Forget about the rest, forget about the noise, just focus on you. So first show's WNBF, second one will be a PCA show. Never done a PCA show before. Cool. Really love their stage, how they lay it out. I love the different poses. So we're going to try that out. It's going to be another natural show. It's going to be whole in September 20th or something.
Yeah.
And then the last one, which is arguably the main event, will be the NBW Classic. The first show of the NBW team. Really excited for that one. I expect awesome stuff on their stage. I think the judging is going to be top tier.
Yep.
I think the place as well, the venue is going to be epic. And I will be competing as a pro there as well.
Yeah, cool.
Because they let any kind of pros, from any federation compete. If you're a pro in any fed, you can compete as a pro with them. It will be the inaugural NBW title, so big one for the team.
Yep.
Happy to support
the
pros.
for natural bodybuilding this year.
Huge one for natural bodybuilding. That will be the penultimate show.
Yeah.
I think that's in October 10th or something like that then. And just see how we do. Hopefully
I'm
come
getting
top 5.
FOMO here because I'm taking the year out.
Yeah, man.
Just hearing these shows lined up, like that is such an awesome run of shows.
Yeah.
Where you've got 3 shows close together that are all special
about
shows
2 weeks
in their
apart
own
as well.
Right. Perfect.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I said about my season last year, doing 4 shows back-to-back weeks.
Yeah.
Was way too much.
Yeah, yeah.
And I've been asked a few times, what's the perfect amount of shows? And I always say 3.
Yeah.
And I think between shows, 2 weeks is perfect.
Yep.
So your season's looking absolutely perfect. And I'm so excited for it.
Yeah, I'm thinking what we're 20, 22, 21 weeks out now.
Yeah.
Obviously about 9.6% body fat.
Yeah.
So quite close.
Yeah.
I'm weighing in about 173. My peak off-season body weight was 190. That's in pounds. So we're halfway.
Yeah.
Arguably the show weight will be anything between 155 and 160. My last show weight in 23 was 155.
Yeah. Okay.
So 155 show weight this year will either be sickeningly shredded.
Yeah.
Or no way.
Yeah.
I won't see the 150s again. I'll probably
cool.
sit at 160. I reckon 160 is about right. Yeah.
Which just shows Natty gains are being made.
Yeah, man. 5 pounds. Let's get it.
What do you want to do? Yeah, just take one off and go from there.
Yeah, yeah. That extra 10 added a lot.
Yeah, that felt good. Sometimes it's nice to go real heavy. And what you'll see there, I did on the last rep. I like to get, if you're going to hit failure, I always say on these heavy presses, get the most out of the negative on the last one.
Squeeze it out.
You've managed to just get it up, or at least get a spot. Now it's there, get the most out of the negative.
Yeah. Good.
Good bicep curl.
Yeah. Perfect, man.
That felt good.
Super, yeah, got the pump in now, that's for sure.
Looking outstanding, mate.
Thanks, man.
How many months out?
22 weeks,
Yeah, 22 weeks.
Yeah,
loads of time. Yeah, get some of his posing in on the side tricep and everything. Okay, we're just waiting for our next machine. One thing I want to pick Tam's brain on as well, because I've seen him post a few things about this kind of stuff. So we've said about sticking to the basics. That's your bread and butter. That's what you need to be doing, the sleep, good diet, and obviously your training intensity. As I can see, he's training nice and hard. but if you was to recommend, let's say, 3 supplements for a natural bodybuilder, or if you want to go higher, if you want to give me 5, fine.
Yeah,
but like, what are the supplements that you'd say, right?
The primaries.
Yeah, because there's a lot of research coming out, I don't know, on your vitamin D3s, your fish oils, all these different things that aren't as clear cut as maybe whey protein, creatine.
Yeah.
Like, is there anything in particular you'd say, right, get that in?
Yep. Step 1, creatine.
Yep.
I know it's cliche,
Yep.
but you need it. And I think everyone should take creatine. I don't think just people who work out, people who go to the gym, I think everyone should take creatine. I think there's so many studies come out now that says it's just good for overall brain health, metabolism, everything.
Yeah.
So step 1, creatine without fail. 2, I would say whey protein, you don't need it. It's an addition, but you don't need it. 2, I think would actually be vitamin D, like we discussed recently. Vitamin D is everything. You can massively overdo vitamin D, and it's actually really good for you. New studies are coming out saying that having too much vitamin D, so supplement as well as sunshine, is actually going to increase your muscle protein synthesis. It's going to increase if you're in a caloric surplus. It's going to put those calories to work in terms of muscle building and not just storing it. So you want a lot of vitamin D.
So it's going to help with staying leaner while you're gaining as well. You're going to partition more towards gaining muscle than fat. Yeah. That's exactly what we want. That is like...
That's the A game, right?
And again, like creatine, it's not expensive.
No, it's super cheap. You can get a bottle of vitamin D and D3 and whatever oil, like £12.
Yeah.
It'll last you 2 months, it's nothing.
Yeah.
I actually put it down, so I've been having a lot of D3 on this prep, and I actually think that's why I've got a lot leaner, a lot quicker, and I've stayed in a healthier range of tests.
Yeah.
Is because of that. I put it down to a lot of that. And I feel very good as well. I feel very energetic. I feel like I haven't really been on a prep. I don't feel like I've started prepping yet. I'm pretty close now to like being very lean. So that would be my second one. Third one, omegas. Now, it's hard to see the omega oils and what they do, but if you take them and then you stop, you can feel it.
Really,
And I think it's a case of your skin, hair, muscles, bones, they all need omega-3 oils. It's another reason I only eat grass-fed beef, is because it's got omega-3s in, right?
Yeah. And I think while we're talking as well, let's say we're saying creatine's cheap, D3's cheap.
Yep, so cheap.
And I'll deal with a lot of clients as well. They might be students where money isn't limitless on supplements for the start. But what you'll also find is to go and buy your salmon, your oily fish is very expensive. So if you've got that in your diet every day, it is expensive. As opposed to supplementing with your fish oils, isn't as expensive.
High quality omegas, you can find them. I'll send you a link if you need to. Just reach out on Instagram. I'll show you the ones that I use. They're not expensive. 20 quid for a pack. It'll last you 2 months. Two caps a day. It'll get you all the EHA, DHA you need. And it's everything you need. Obviously, supplement that when you can with high quality meats. And again, fish is really good too, but it's a pricier thing. So at very least, those 3 would be the foundations of the pillars, and then you can kind of build up from there. And also, maybe a multivitamin, that's super cheap, right?
I see that as insurance.
Just sprinkling on the top.
That's a bit of insurance that you're getting everything
It can't hurt.
That's brilliant, I love that.
Cool, man.
So obviously this is your push session. What is your, should we come around here? What is your split at the moment, training split?
My split from Monday to Sunday is upper, legs, rest, and then it's push, pull, and then on Saturdays I do arms, delts, abs, calves, ADAC, as we've nicknamed it, Sunday rest.
Okay.
So Saturday's kind of like a top up on everything.
So is it chest once a week? Sorry, I'm
Chest is primarily once a week. Upper it's touch chest. On upper day, we do 2 exercises for chest. That'll be a fly and a press, and then it's onto back, and then shoulders. So chest, as it's a strong point in my physique, we're trying to build around that this last off season. Trying to build up the shoulders, broaden the back, thicken the back. So everything's in kind of ratio, right? Because that's fundamentally what bodybuilding is about. It's the overall
And
look.
it's only going to make your waist look smaller by developing those. So the
wider
lats
we get.
come out, delts nice and wide, and then the waist looks smaller.
The V-taper is obviously the A game of what we all want. So that's what we're doing. So the chest, although it has grown, we've primarily focused on the upper part of the chest. They have very developed lower chest. So trying to fill out the top and get that shelf. And then fill out the front delts and the shoulders to match.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Has anything changed in regards to your training, like over the years? Because the same as me, you've done this for a long time. Anything like you've learned over the years that you've done different, whether it be, I don't know, less volume, more volume?
Yeah, more volume.
Yeah.
More volume. You can do more than you think. If you've got the time, and that's most people's restriction, right? You don't want to spend two and a half hours in the gym every day or every time you train, but if you can, you should.
Yeah, so I've had people like inbox me before, so sometimes I'll share my session like on just a story post on like one snap with a list of the exercises. And I'll get people who have messaged me like, why is your volume so high when so-and-so's saying do low volume?
Yeah.
And the tip I'll give to people there is like I say, we've done this for a long time. I didn't come into this just going, I'm going to do what he does. I've tried everything, right? So my biggest tip to anyone getting into training is don't think because someone you follow on social media is preaching one thing that that's the best for you. Go away, try it, then try the opposite. Try high volume.
See what
try
happens.
a bro split as opposed to a push-pull legs. Do an upper lower. If you're thinking, oh, that's the right way, then do it and then try the opposite. And in time, you'll be your own experiment with your body, because your
different
body's
muscle groups
different.
too. You might find that even a small amount of volume on legs will grow you way more than a large amount of volume on legs. Experiment, right? And so stuff like shoulders, abs, calves, you can do a lot of volume. They will take a beating.
I mean, this is interesting for me what Tam's saying as well, because his chest is a massive strong point and he's pulled the volume back on that and it's working well for him. I actually did the opposite. My chest was such a strong point that I pulled the volume down, and then I've started to notice my chest didn't look as round and as full as the previous years. And I'm like looking at it, I'm going, well, maybe my chest needs high volume to keep that shape, whereas yours may not, you know? Everyone's different, so don't think just because someone's got a good social media following and they're a smart person and they look great and their clients look great, that's necessarily what's right for you. Be your own experiment, try it all, and then you'll find over the years what works best and what you enjoy the most as well, because what you enjoy is what you'll stick to.
Yeah, that is the baseline of training. Firstly, enjoy it. If you don't enjoy it, everything else is useless. You won't come. And if you don't come into the gym, you're not going to develop at all.
Or you might make progress with your physique, but you're miserable the rest of the day.
What's
and
the
who
point?
wants that?
What's the point?
We want to look
enjoy
good, be healthy, and be happy.
Exactly, bro.
So you've got the whole pose nailed. I'm just on the chest. See if you can pull the. Yeah. You need to teach me these poses. I don't even know them.
I will, bro. Nice. More side. Chest up more. Yeah, that's tight, dude. Yeah. That's sick. Yeah.
Don't want no nip slips.
Yeah, just get them out, man, for the camera.
No one wants to see the nip.
Not for free, anyway. Ready?
Yep, 1, 2, 3. Yep.
Nice. Nice.
2 more.
Yeah, come on.
1 more with you.
Yep.
Yeah. Is it just 1 drop or 2?
Drop it down to 71.
Yep.
And go again.
Yep. Straight in.
Nice. Nice. Let's go, bro. All the way now. Yep.
Yeah, 1 with you.
Yep. Nice.
Yep. Is that it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. I thought that drop would be more than enough. But
yes, so did I.
It was a big drop and I still got the same rep. Holy shit. No endurance. Whew.
Right.
Lift off, yeah?
Yep. 3, 2. That top is so hard.
Yeah. Yep, come on, 1 more, at least. Yeah, it's just that top bit. So use that bottom bit, and I'll get you on the top. Yep, one like that. Yep.
Jesus. What a cruel mistress.
Try and match it, that's what I did. Yeah, good. Good. Yep. Go on then. 1 more, yeah? There we go. Partials. Yep. Good.
Oh, fuck. Shoulders fried. For now.
Yeah. Till we do a dumbbell lat raise.
Yeah.
We're going. Oh no, it was that instead, wasn't it?
It's going to be.
Instead.
Yeah, so, but it's not over yet. 2 triceps now. Push down.
Yeah.
Pull over.
Yeah.
Front raise.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then upright row.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. Shoulders.
This is a long one. There you go. High volume.
Yep, that's it.
Let's get it done quick. Good. Yep. 15, yeah?
Yeah. Super nice.
1, 2,
Nice.
3. Yep. Do you want to go straight in?
Yeah. Something really lovely about how this moves.
Yeah. Triceps are popping.
Nice.
Yep. Last 15 now, yeah?
Yep. Best part of the session because everything is pumped now. Yeah, it really shows any imbalance that you have here as well.
There, yeah?
Yeah, perfect. So when the arm's stretched out, the cable should be in line with it, parallel with it. Yeah, lovely. Come on, nice. Let's go.
Yes.
Yeah, bro, there it is. That's it, come round.
Yeah, here.
Yeah, perfect.
There. Feel that stretch.
Yeah, exactly. Totally different head of the triceps being used for this movement. So although you've gone to failure on the push downs, when you switch to this, you actually still have some juice left, so that's why we work it this way.
Yeah.
Nice.
One more. Yes.
Yep. Beautiful.
I also love an overhead tricep just for stretching my shoulders.
Yeah.
So they've been pumped so much, you've been doing all these presses. I think it's just good for shoulder health to bring them overhead 100%. And get a stretch in there.
Yeah. So many people suffer from shoulder impingements, and it's just looking after them. Like, we did the warm-ups before we did the press, we did the stretches.
Yeah.
Everything we do is with longevity in mind.
I feel like everyone talks about like stretching, but the best stretching you can do
is on the weight.
Is full range of motion on your exercises.
100%.
Good.
Really lets you, because there's not that much weight, you can really zone into the burn and the range of motion as well. Really exhaust everything you've got.
Yes.
All right. So, a lot of people bring them in like this.
Yeah.
If you do that, you're bringing in your upper chest. So you actually just want to keep them parallel to one another, straight up.
It's going double as well. I thought they were going to be alternating.
Fucking hard.
So you know how this is heavy at the end? I think something that's massively underrated in delt training is just holding a weight. So what people don't realise, imagine carrying your shopping, your delts start burning. So it's what's called a shunt muscle. It contracts isometrically to hold the weight. So even this at the bottom would get you a burn if you stood here and worked your delts.
Yep.
So thrown in with the front raise, after everything we've done,
it's killer.
I know this is going to burn.
Yeah.
Right, I might have to swing them up a little bit.
Yep. That's it, just about controlling them all the way down. Nice. Beautiful. Nice. Beautiful, bro. Come on. 12 minimum. Nice. Nice.
Yep.
Yep. Savage, right?
Yep.
It's so
Love
hard.
that.
But it's nothing like it. Nothing like that is going to grow your fun delts. It's just old school bodybuilding. It's just, it needs to be perfect form.
Yeah.
Don't take the fun out of it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Just lift the fucking weight
I
safely.
love this.
And go, go,
Yeah.
go. That's what it's about. And that's how I train, you know. I've trained all different types. I've trained real slow, real careful, real fast, real brutal. And there's kind of a middle ground where it's just old school.
And like I say, I think that shows in the physique. You've got that thick, dense muscle, and I think that's what it comes from.
Speaks for itself, right? Yeah, beautiful.
Nice.
Oh, so nice.
You're doing 2 of this, you say?
Yep, 2 of this, first set, steady, second set, drop. Hold slightly further in so you've got that
Yeah,
that
okay.
curve.
And are you,
Yes, there it is.
Are you leaning back a little bit? Just
No,
to control?
keeping it upright.
Jeez.
Yeah,
So here-
straight up.
There.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's it. Cut the shoulders. Perfect. Yep, nice. So we've done medial, we've done front, and now we're just squeezing the rest of the gains out with an overall movement. Fucking nail it off. Nice, come on. Perfect.
2 more.
Get it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Woo. Yeah, that feels good.
Yeah, so this, before these 2, that was the session normally.
Yeah, okay.
And I was like, I can do more shoulder work.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna add more in.
Yeah.
And it's paid
Worked
dividends.
well.
Yeah.
Right, guys, that is the session finally done. Peter's been filming me for 3 years now, I think it is, and he actually said that's the most intense session we've ever filmed. So that's a credit to Tam for bringing the heat, bringing a good session, and I love that. There's not many people I'd say this about, but if I could train every session with Tam, I'd take that offer up in a heartbeat.
Likewise,
so thank
bro.
you for coming.
Dude, my pleasure.
I think the takeaways from the video, for anyone wanting to get in shape, whether it's for the stage or just generally, wanting to be healthy, wanting to look good, doing it all naturally, the takeaways are quite simple. Get your sleep, eat good quality food, take your creatine, get your vitamin D, get your fish oils in, and train hard.
Train
Simple.
hard.
Simple. Don't overthink the rest.
Yep.
They're your basics, nailed. You're hearing it from a world champ, you're hearing it from a pro, you're hearing it from a British champ. And if you haven't already, get on his Instagram, give him a follow. He's one to watch this year for sure. But thanks for coming, Tam. Thanks for making the drive.
My pleasure,
Absolutely
bro.
loved it.
Thank you, man.
How was that for you?
Awesome. Awesome
Yep.
gym, great company,
Yep.
great videographer, great fun. Can't wait for the next one.
Yep. Thanks for watching, guys. We're going to wrap it up here. We could have talked for days. We're going to get Tam on again for sure.
For sure.
He's actually coached by Josh Croggan. Josh is going to have to join us for the next one. So
Shout
Josh,
out,
if
Josh.
you're watching this, we're calling you out to
We're
join
coming
us
for
on
you,
the
bro.
next one.
Yeah,
and we're
man.
going to talk more. We're going to geek out on natural bodybuilding, share plenty more to help you guys watching the videos. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Give this video a like because it's been awesome. I'm not going to lie. And we'll see you on the next one.
Peace.